Hey guys, Pinobi here.
And this is the DJ Fry. How you guys all doing?
Today we're actually bringing you the first episode of the One Piece Weekly.
Oh, I know, it is so exciting. I guys, you guys have been waiting all week for this after we showed you that little teaser trailer kind of thing.
You must have been, and I don't blame you, because I haven't released much content. I know we've both been very busy with school and stuff, but we're finally here bringing you the first episode, and it's gonna be kick-ass.
Oh yeah, it's this is actually our second take of it. We had one before, but Fry sucks and deleted the video and audio because he's terrible.
Second time is the charm.
Yep.
So anyway, let's just go ahead and get into this. Oh yeah, just something you guys might want to take note of. This is going to be on the DJ Fry's channel. So yeah, as we said in the intro, we're going to be alternating the content on both of our channels, but we'll both have a playlist on our channel with this, specific, all the videos on it, no matter whose channel it's from. God, I can't say that well.
So guys, this is One Piece chapter 598. It is the first chapter in 4 weeks. Oda's been taking a 4-week break, and it is the first time in like 11 years, I think, that he's taken this long of a break before.
So we already know it's going to be epic, so let's just get on into it.
Let's do it.
Let's just go ahead and start with the cover page, even though it is a couple pages in, because Oda did do some color pages of the actual chapter, as opposed to just the color page, intro or whatever you may call it. This was really awesome because it got to show all the character designs in color, and that's something a lot of people have been anxious and waiting for.
Yeah, because obviously this is a kind of part 2, you can kind of say, of One Piece, and everyone's 2 years older from the previous part. So they got all new kind of character designs, clothes designs, and a couple new additions to their body, actually.
Yes, there's definitely some physical as well as, character development, things going on here. Most notably, if any of you guys watched the spoilers, pay attention to that. People were thinking Zoro may have lost an arm if you, look at the picture. Although, with the more clear, crisp, picture available since the chapter is released after all the great cleaners put their effort into it, it definitely looks like it is there.
Yeah, looking like Zoro's got 2 arms, because there was spoiler talk of him having got his arm cut off, which we were all making fun of. Maybe it'd be a new Shanks, but
Yeah.
Zoro definitely has a new scar. We're not sure if his eye is useless or not. It probably is just a scar, and he still has both eyes. But obviously, until we see him in the chapter, we won't know.
Exactly. Oda's just trolling us here.
Yeah.
The winking Zoro, the ambiguous left arm, with the narrow shoulder. But
Yeah.
overall, I think we can all expect still the same badass Zoro in this second part.
Yeah, and probably the same dumbass Zoro in the second part too.
Which reminds me, well, actually, we'll get into that later. But
Yeah.
let's just go left to right on the characters. Next, we have Chopper. He doesn't appear to have changed too much. He's wearing that new shirt or pants or whatever, and he
Yeah.
seems to have put a covering on his hat.
Other than that, I can't see any physical change. I think his face might have gotten a little rounder, but that might just be a simple drawing thing. It's not a big deal. He looks pretty much the exact same.
Yeah, basically. He kind of gives a more strong world feel. I remember him having some sort of hat change
Yeah.
there as well. Then we can move on to Luffy. I really like that he got the belt, actually, and I like the new shirt. I'm not really a fan of vests myself, but I think that this, subtle, clothing change was really nice. It really brings something new to his design.
Definitely looks like kind of an inspiration from Amazon Lily. I'm pretty sure that I think they made it for him after he got done. So that's why you got the, I think the ruffles, right? Am I right in saying that?
I believe so. Yeah, that definitely makes sense, given Margaret's history with making Luffy clothes and the other designs that she's whipped up or whipped up.
Yeah.
Other design she whipped up.
Oh, I
And
agree.
of course,
Okay, I was gonna say I agree. I do like his clothing, but I know what you're gonna go on to. He's got a giant ass scar on his chest here.
yeah, and it's unknown the nature of the scar at this point. I think a lot of people are just assuming that it is from, the random wilderness where he's been training, getting hockey from Rayleigh. Although there's also talk and thinking that it might have resulted from a Kainu, because all stuff with Luffy after he got punched by a Kainu briefly through Jinbei has only been behind bandages. We haven't got to see his raw chest.
Yeah, and I actually, Scott told me about that, and I really like that idea because a lot of times scars in One Piece come from a serious event or a a strong opponent. And it just seems like to me that Luffy getting a scar from, say, a random animal, I mean, maybe definitely occurred. Obviously, we can't rule that out. But it seems more likely to me, at least, that he got that from the battle at Marineford. So I like that idea a lot, but we'll probably wait to hear and see what Luffy says, because he'll probably talk about it, but then again, maybe not. We don't know.
Given his character, I wouldn't be surprised if he never brings it up ever.
Yeah.
But I mean, I definitely do think that it being a resultant of him not being strong enough to save Ace would, be a nice physical, embodiment of the emotional pain he felt during that time. So I definitely think that's probably what Oda's going for there, and it would make sense.
And one last thing, we haven't seen it yet still with the chapter or with the cover page, but Luffy maybe or may not have a tattoo on his right shoulder. It was there in the picture when they showed us before, and we never found out if it's a temporary or not. Still a lot of debate on that, and I guess Oda is definitely trolling us here because he's definitely leaving that as a cliffhanger. He knows about it, so.
Yeah, definitely. And then, we've got Robin.
Not much to say about her. She didn't change a ton.
Yeah, she didn't. I mean, she's now 30, breaking into that next 10-year mark.
The MILF stage.
The MILF stage,
for life.
Yes. Definitely. And I mean, she's got her hair, pushed up. She's got the sunglasses on. She's got that more espionage, feel to her, especially as the chapter unfolds.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. But other than that, I mean, I don't see a ton of physical change. Well, neither of the girls got a huge physical change. Well, I guess Nami did. I guess we can move right on to her, huh? Because Robin, not a whole lot happened, but Nami got longer hair, which is the most obvious thing.
That is the most obvious thing. I mean, she's got bigger breasts and longer hair. That's pretty much all there is to say about Nami.
Yeah.
I mean, with Boa, some people are making, Hancock jokes, Hancock comparisons
to Robin
because
and
of
Boa?
the forehead.
Yeah, I can see it. They do look very similar.
Indubitably. I think the biggest change was actually Frankie.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that too.
I mean, I really have mixed emotions about this one. To be honest, at first, when I first saw it, I definitely did not like it. I, of course, saw the spoilers, and in the spoiler images, he looked to be completely bald. You couldn't really tell that he had that little blue fuzz on top, and I didn't even see the sideburns in the spoiler picture. So I definitely didn't like that feel. He seems kind of like a, mech gorilla from the island.
I agree. He's probably packing some serious fighting heat power, though. I mean, his arm is huge. It's taken up a huge portion of the picture. He's got 2 new scars on his chest from presumably where he cut himself open and did some additional surgery to buff himself up.
I completely agree. I'm sad to see the super hair go. I hope he does some really awesome stuff to keep that, really super character intact.
Yeah.
And those unproportional arms, I really am curious as to what Oda's going to do about that, especially, when it comes to modding the ship to fit his new bulk and things like that.
Yeah,
See how the character interaction will go.
He's definitely huge.
Not too much to say for the other characters. I mean, Brooke has just got a new design change, just getting out of the suit. I mean, it's kind of weird to have 2 people in a suit on the crew, and Sanji's still sporting the suit. Brooke's got a more soulful rocker thing going on.
Yeah, I like it too, and I agree with you that there was no real need for 2 suits, and Brooke definitely can. He's done a couple of different costume changes between this rocker, that hippie, and Strong World.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a couple of different things. I kind of like him. His clothes changes, so like I said, I like that too, but nothing other than that happened. He's got the same afro, obviously. Wouldn't lose that.
Yeah, definitely. And Usopp, aside from being a little more buff, which becomes more obvious as the chapter unfolds, not much to say about him. And Sanji just got, the stubble that we kind of all could feel going on with his character.
And we got the eyebrow thing going on, which is pretty funny, actually.
It is. I mean, throughout the entire series, his left eye has always been this ambiguous thing. People have made Sharingan jokes since as long as I can remember, and it's really kind of funny. I mean, we have the whole eyebrow thing, like you said. If for those of you that pay particular attention to it, you'll realize the eyebrow is quote unquote on the wrong side, because for his right eye, it is on the outside, closer to the ear. but on his left eye,
It
it is
curls.
closer to the
Yeah, it
nose.
curls inward. So it looks fine when his hair's parted, but if he ever like shaved his head, he would look like a goofball. He would look so stupid.
Yeah, I know. He would look ridiculous. So I guess we should just go ahead and move on into the chapter then.
Yeah.
Um, it's pretty much just starting on Shabandi, giving you the basic scenery, and it's showing some pirates looking at a poster of the Straw Hat Pirates recruiting new members. What could this mean?
So we go to the next page, and it shows us right into Brooke doing apparently a concert on the island, and he's got an awesome looking guitar. It's a shark guitar. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've seen that he's now become a big star. They got really cool, um, thing going on with him. If you notice, his managers are actually the same people that kidnapped him.
Yeah, it's really funny. Born to be wild.
You had to do it. It
Yeah,
has
I
to be
had
done.
to. It was it's his #1 hit.
Yeah, number one hit. I mean, come on now. And then, we just see some more, Brooke action. They kind of monopolized a few pages with Brooke, but I think that's just kind of maybe a little bit of a stall tactic, or maybe just to show just how big and important he is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's some hockey trolling with the people fainting.
Yeah. Oh,
Who
I didn't
knows?
even think about that. I doubt it, but
You never know,
we
man.
never do. And we go on to Sanji then, and he's got his little Melorine woman lock-on camera going on, which is hilarious because he obviously hasn't seen one in 2 years.
Yeah, so badass. Lock on. It's just
And he's obviously with the he's with what do you call them? The
Yokomas.
Okamas. Yeah, was gonna say otaku, and I was like, that's not right. That's what I am. I'm not one of those.
Yeah, he's just with the Okamas, and they're just playing with him, doing the whole guys are mean to the girls they like thing. And pretty much that's it for that. And it progresses into the bar scene, which is actually probably my favorite, and I believe Fry said it was his favorite as
Yeah,
well.
definitely my favorite too. I really enjoyed the bar scene. It sets up. It slows down the pace a little bit and it sets it up nicely. I like it a lot. It starts off with we see Nami in there talking to the bartender about the new location of the Marine headquarters.
Yeah, and this was actually a very notable thing because, well, I mean, we said this in our last, take. Obviously, you guys aren't going to be able to see it, but pretty much, we were left with Sengoku before talking about his resignation, and he discussed how he thought Aokiji should be the new admiral. It was like a recommendation from him, and I personally think that Akainu is probably going to be the new fleet admiral.
Yeah, both Scott and I agree that they probably didn't take his advice and went with more an aggressive admiral instead of the passive admiral that kind of Sengoku was, and Aokiji definitely would be. And
Certainly.
and so I'm guessing, I agree that they went with Mr. Magma, and he went over and took over headquarters, and they talk about switching the headquarters, and it's now at G1, which is on the other side of the red line. And now what Scott and I think that means, am I right, Scott? You think the same thing, that
Correct.
it's showing more an aggressive nature, because where headquarters was placed before is that, it was definitely to defend the people and protect them, but when it's on the other side, it shows more an aggressive, like, we're going to attack pirates. Anyone that steps out of line, we're going to fight.